This is Aaron Reef. You are a member of IBU. I mean, it says so right there.
Yep, been a member of the IBU since 2010. So.
How do you get a fancy shirt like this?
You know, the club orders them, we buy them.
Right on.
It's a pretty easy deal.
Gosh,
but,
I guess that makes a lot more sense than I thought it was going to make. So, how long have you been with IBU? Tell me about how you started home brewing and then when you looked for your beer people and found them.
Yeah, started home brewing in 2010. So craft beer, I actually lived in Fort Collins, Colorado, moved to Iowa, and there's a lot less craft breweries here.
Yeah,
in 2010.
Fort Collins, Colorado, something of a hotbed of craft beer.
Went to school there. So.
Have you been into it the whole time?
No, I didn't start brewing until we moved to Iowa.
Okay. So you leave Fort Collins, which is a beer mecca. And you come to Iowa for family reasons.
Actually, for my wife to go to law school, Drake, that I worked for Wells Fargo.
She's in the family still.
Yeah, family reasons.
We've been told by members that your wife is an attorney, and we have to be very careful what questions we ask.
Yeah, there was something about an NDA and stuff like that.
Right, a lot of, I've never, 10 years doing the show, I've never had to sign a waiver before interviewing someone before, but here we are. So your wife's going to law school, you come along for the ride, she's busy reading books to become a lawyer, you got a bunch of time on your hands, and you figure...
Like, homebrewing sounds fun, so I start doing some research and figured out how to start doing it, and then realized there was a club in town and went down to El Bait Shop, is where we used to have our meetings. Joined them, and they seemed like good guys.
What a great place to have a meeting for talking about beer.
Yeah.
How many people would you say were in the club back in 2010?
Yeah, probably 35, 40, if I had to guess.
Okay.
And then, so we had our meetings at El Bait Shop, so in that space there, and then
What were you looking for when you joined the Iowa Brewers Union? What was the impetus for you to go and because it sounds like you had just started the hobby, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think I'd found enough research online, kind of some things, but just to talk to people about beer. And there's nothing more valuable than having someone else try your beer too, as I've learned since then. But just to have other people try your beer, give you real-time feedback, and see what they think, how you can make it better.
And then you also provide feedback as well, right?
Yeah, try to. I mean, it's fun, with newer brewers, helping them through things. Say, hey, I got this off flavor, and well, have you tried this, this, and this, and walk through their process. And you could talk about beer all day with people. So.
Do you find that new home brewers seem to always have the same problems?
There's a lot of the same things that always come up. That they're focusing
My
on
beer
the wrong
tastes
thing.
like popcorn. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, always try and tell people, focus on the fermentation, because that matters a lot more than anything else.
Right.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of the same issues that come up at the beginning, and it's just knowledge, and it's talking to people about beer.
So it's 2010, you joined the IBU, and you mentioned, I mean, the beer scene in central Iowa and in Des Moines was not what it is now.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool. My first meeting that I ever came to for the IBU, Ken and John were members of the homebrew club.
From Confluence.
Right. And that's when they were announcing that they were going to start this brewery down by the river, call it Confluence.
Oh, wow.
They've always been really great to our homebrew club. We're having our homebrew competition here. They've always hosted that, and they always have events for us and scale up some of our beers and things like that. So it's great.
Did I hear a rumor that one of your beers is available here?
Yeah, it's on tap now, the Bootleggers Reserve.
Help me understand how that happens, because you're a home brewer.
Yeah, so they with our competition, John and their, forget his fancy title, but Josh, production manager, I think is what it is, sit at the final table, so all of the gold medal beers, and they pick one they want to scale up.
Get out.
So they'll take your recipe, scale it up. So they did it a couple years ago, liked the recipe, did it again, and just aged it in barrels a little longer. So that first one was called Polk County Stout.
Aaron, it seems to me you have the best of all possible worlds in that you have this home brewing hobby that you love and are passionate about. You make beer that you like, but then you can come here to Confluence and say, that's my beer, but you don't have any of the headache of making it.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, they put your name on the can, so I get to show my friends and family.
Get out!
Yeah.
Did you show it? Who was the first person you told?
They picked it at the awards ceremony.
No,
which
but
we'll have,
outside of the brewing community. Did you call your parents?
Probably my parents, yeah.
Did they put the beer in the fridge? Did
I
they
had
have people come over and...
I had to bring some, so my mom still got the 4-pack sitting out there in the kitchen.
Oh, she must be so proud. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you can come here and drink your beer. Now, I imagine this is a previous gold medal winner. It's not going to always be available.
No, not always. And actually, that Bootlegger Reserve, like the can's already gone.
Uh-huh.
I think that's one of the last kegs. So.
You've made your peace with that.
Yeah.
It's a moment in time and it's past.
I have some cans at home, so
okay. Some you'll never open. Right.
I get open a couple every once in a while.
Well, yeah. Probably a good idea.
Hope for the next one. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a absolute honor that must be. Medals are important, not important to you.
I mean, it's always fun to win, yeah.
Right.
I mean, you want to win, be good at your craft, what you're doing. At the end of the day, you like having beer on tap. You like drinking too.
Right.
Share with your friends and family that they like, but it's a way to independently, nobody knows whose beer that is in the bottle, drinking it, and they'll give you honest feedback and tell you if you have good beer or not. So.
Have you had a chance to have any beer back there?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to sample a couple.
So what in particular has struck you back there that you think, oh, that's got a chance? Oh
That's
boy, that
question.
could be a winner.
I mean, obviously you have to stay away from your own beer,
right?
So you stay away from that,
right?
The meads and ciders I don't know as much about, so they get some kind of fun flavors, different stuff to try. So some of those are interesting that I feel like were pretty good. But as far as the beer, well, so the ones that do win, usually you don't get to try those yet because they're saving it for the best in show.
I see.
At the end.
I see. You're gonna stick around for best in show then?
Yeah, definitely. So you guys will probably get to see it, but they keep it really secretive. So all of us that are in there, they don't let us know until the award ceremony at the end.
It's like electing a pope.
Yeah,
it's back there. I mean, it's something else.
That's what we should do. Have Tony, have a little smoke come out and see what happens.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Yep. Well, keep up the good work.
Hey, thanks. It's great talking to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Go around the country and you judge delicious beer like, how do I get that job? How do I get that job?